Welcome to another session of Sofa Talk with the National Hair and Beauty Federation, and I'm so excited today about today's guest. So if you'd like to just introduce yourself, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm Jane Galpin. I'm the event director for HairCon. HairCon, the festival of all festivals for the hair industry.
That's fantastic. We asked people to give us a little bit of background on you so we can sort of get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, well, my heritage was fashion and television. So I used to produce a TV program that many of you won't remember, but it's called The Clothes Show, which you may well
Yeah,
remember.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I basically, I was a fashion producer on that show. So it was very exciting to meet Trevor Sorbie, Charles Worthington, Anthony Mascolo, all of these, Patrick Cameron, these amazing legends in the industry, and actually put them on television. So
Right.
it was a very exciting time. And it was a makeover show, and we filmed everything on location. So it was legendary in its day.
Yeah.
And we launched Clothes Show Live for the consumer to come and experience
Yeah.
the essence of the TV program. I've worked on Style Challenge. We launched that, which was a very exciting one for the hair industry.
Yeah.
It actually, I think the lovely thing about Style Challenge, we filmed it all at Pebble Mill.
Right.
And it was in a studio. We used to film 4 a day.
Yeah.
It was like back-to-back filming. And the most amazing moment was when the mirror would spin.
Yeah.
Always when the contributor that was lucky enough to sit in the professional chair, would always go to their hair. It's a part of the person. It's that is just so powerful and so empowering.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me so much. We launched sort of makeover on television through Clothes Show, but when we did Style Challenge, each show was around that craftsmanship, from hair to beauty with the makeup artist to the fashion styling. So that was a really exciting run for that one. And I've worked on How to Look Good Naked 10 Years Younger. I work on Bake Off, with Prelease Today, with all of those sorts of things. But so that's sort of where it all started. So I've done so much with TV and live event experience in my history, and the National Wedding Show. I worked with that for about 15 years, where we had to create the makeover on stage to brides coming in and grooms, and actually most importantly the mothers of the brides. And the grooms. Never forget them. But it was quite fun. So we worked with like Errol Douglas, to just do that. They'd walk in the door an hour later. We do the Cinderella thing, and it was incredible. Such a responsibility to help someone with their wedding, right? So those that sort of that's my background. Fashion designer trained originally.
Massive, varied sort of thing. And I think you've hit the nail on the head really about how the hair and beauty sector can transform somebody, can't it? And how they look and how they feel. And it's all about that side of things, as well as the well-being side of it. Because, you can tell your stylist anything, can't you?
Honestly, it's such such a rewarding sector to work in when you see people step out of that chair, or from the person that's been trained for that craftsmanship, they develop that craftsmanship skill set.
Absolutely.
And obviously go on to launch their business. It's like it's just incredible. Respect.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic career. We always say to people that are thinking about, going into the sector, you do all your training. It takes time. It takes time to develop a skill, but the opportunities are absolutely endless.
They are endless, and it's been such a joy working. When we first worked with Trevor, and he, oh bless Trevor, we so miss him, but he basically reminded me a couple of years ago that he did 109 style challenges. We did about 400 shows. But it was just incredible, honestly. And I met Antoinette Beenders through Trevor, and then she asked me to go and produce her shows at Congress with Aveda, and that so all of these experience. Who'd have thought she moved to America, and have this phenomenal career of creativity and commerce and all of these things. Just you have no idea of the opportunities that lie in this industry. It's people just don't realize there's so many routes and exciting routes that you can grow into. I know. if you're looking for that, or whether you're just looking to just run that awesome business that empowers every single human being that walks through your threshold.
Absolutely. And I think, well, we have to go into HairCon, because I think HairCon sort of facilitates all of that, because anybody who walks through the door, oh my goodness, there's just such a vast array of people and things to see, and that. And I know we were there right at the start. So take me back. Where did it all come from?
Yeah, no, and thank you for your vision for supporting us there. So, well, how it came about is I've worked in television for years, a lot of development with TV shows, and one of my colleagues had moved to the States, wanted to bring a concept for an event into the UK. It wasn't actually a fashion one, but it's a very important one in another industry. But I was sort of always feeling frustrated about the hair industry, and that so many hairdressers, obviously I know an enormous amount of hairdressers from back in my day, and their day, that I've reconnected with, and they're sort of saying, "Oh, Jane, do something about it. There's not enough platforms for us. Our next generation aren't getting excited about, and they're not getting the opportunity to be by platform, just the opportunity to show their skill set, have the experience, wow people with their brilliance." And I and it sort of resonated with me. And I'd fortunately, when I was looking at how this event could come to the UK, I met Michael and Nancy, the Assembly, who are awesome. And they are co-founders of the Assembly. And they were saying to me, we talked about this other event, but we got so excited talking about the hair industry, because they explained the concept of on how they saw the trade experiential could be. So it was like, great, let's take the hair industry. So I sort of, it honestly, it involved, it was organic, it was exciting. And we all got so excited about the vision. They really know what they're doing. They've worked on like 30 trade shows across the world, launched zillions. And having been in China and experiencing that market when it evolved, with design shows and things, they were just like, this is ripe now. And like, let's go to the hair industry. So that's sort of how it came about. And I have to say, hand on heart, I couldn't work with better people with the big heart, that sort of, clarity on what they could see would actually work for and to strengthen business in this sector.
Absolutely. And I think for me, it's different. And I think there's a lot of events that people regularly go to the sector. I know myself, I've been a training provider. I've been in the sector 37 years. So I've been to these events and stuff like that. And it's very hard to get those learners engaged, enthused, on all that sort of things, because they're just going round to stall to stall to stall, and they can see few people, demonstrating and stuff like that, but they're basically selling a product. But HairCon is completely different.
It's a festival. It's actually a gathering of like-minded people. Even though they don't quite know they need it. But it was actually about ripping up a rule book of those experiences. It's we like you, with many trade events from whatever industry, you pop in and you pop out. So what we really wanted to do was have that go-to destination, and create this hub for people to hang out in. And it's been so successful. And we, amongst all of it, we wanted to really celebrate the amazingness of the products, the artists, celebrate the craftsmanship, showcase new thinking, new opportunities, and actually just create almost like the electricity around why this industry is so major and so empowering and key and exciting.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's one of the coolest industries that I've been lucky enough to work in. It's super cool. And we just wanted to sort of tap in on all that energy, bring and connectivity, so it's brilliant to network, it's brilliant to source from, it's brilliant to showcase talent. And we run the sort of main stage like Glastonbury of phenomenal showcases all day long. And I think we've re-educated everyone in what an experience can be like, because when in year one they were like, why are you doing something in the evening? Where it's like, well, we're a festival. If you go to Glastonbury, you're in, aren't you? You're in for a few days. So we sort of created this vibe. And I think what blew people away was the networking was phenomenal.
Yes.
The learnings of what new technology there was, the business opportunities to meet amazing organizations. It's like to find, that support all under one roof, wrapped up in that excitement and energy. That's what it is. It's like this great recipe that's worked. It's come together and it resonates. And then people don't want to miss the next year. And we've got a really strong social following now, and we're really connected with our followers. Our engagement socially has been fantastic. So and we're thrilled because for us it's win-win. It's like we want to make change.
Yes.
And as you do.
And the venue is just great. I loved when I first got there, just because it's just different, and you just went down different, areas of it, and it was like, oh my goodness, they're there and they're there, and it's really, I mean, the main stage is impressive, but then when you go and chat to everybody, and it was like, hello, hi, and it was amazing how many people from the industry was there.
Yeah, no, it's blown us away, and I think the beauty of it is that people that are activating spaces with us, they don't need to build the world there, because the building is super cool, and we embrace that. Cement floor looks really cool, whether you have a little platform or not. It's actually anything goes with just that little bit of creativity, and we work with everybody individually to sort of understand who they are, understand their objectives, and this goes from talent to organizations to product brands to all of those aspects is where we dig deep, and we are a bit of a tailor-made conversation, because it just feels like people need that extra attention to achieve their goals. And from, as I say, from product to hair artist or wannabe hair artist.
Absolutely. And for me, it's about championing our sector. One of the things we've launched is our Respect Our Sector campaign, and going to, events like HairCon, you really do see the talent, and it's getting that inspiration back sometimes, isn't it? To sort of say, wow, look at our sector. We should be really, really proud of this. We really should. And I think it's events like HairCon that do that.
Yeah, and because it's a music venue, and it's a legendary music venue. So the history there is quite something. And what was so lovely, I remember people like going, God, I was in the bar. And of course, the bars are fantastic because they are long and big and you don't have to queue, and it was a sort of thing of like, God, God, I bumped into Errol Douglas at the bar, and he chatted to me, and everyone's so relaxed in that environment. I think, the most important thing we needed to do was give a home for the hairdressing industry to feel at ease in and comfortable in. So, that's what's been really magical with the environment. So it's
and we've been the same, we've been on the social stage. We loved that. We were on loads of different panels, which was absolutely fantastic, having the chats and getting questions from the audience and getting that real interaction there, which is really nice. And you're right, it's all about the conversations that you have there and the chance to meet people. And it was great for me because I got members coming up going, we're an NHBF member. And it was like absolutely fantastic to just see how many people were there and to be able to like speak. And I think we got, was it Dom that was doing a roulette, didn't he? And he was asking questions, and he saw me in the audience and went, come on, Caroline, you can come up. And it was that sort of really, really good vibe. And I think for us, one of the big things is we did our top 50 hair last year, and we're doing it again this year, which is absolutely phenomenal. These people are the ones that are the influencers out there. But I think for us, the biggest thing is they're qualified. they're actually working in the industry. They're not somebody on social media that's just doing it for getting the likes and getting the popularity. They are people that are the professionals and the cream of the industry. And we want to celebrate that talent. And what better place to do it than to do it at HairCon?
Yeah, no, we're so excited. So we're your top influencers. It's just incredible, and we super excited, as you say, to be a home for you again this year, which is just super exciting. So that's going to be on the Sunday. So it's going to be immense and something you don't want to miss. But so that is rock and roll. We're thrilled with that.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't know until the day, so we don't know, who's winning as part of that. So that's really good for us, to sort of see that and get people, around the table. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great, and it's great that you recognize that, because as you say, they've actually learned themselves how to do that professionally through the journey, and they are there and they are willing to share. That's what's exciting. So we've got new things to talk about, haven't we, Caroline?
Oh,
very good.
Absolutely. And I think, tell us what, if anybody's thinking about going to HairCon this year, what little delights can you share with us?
Wow, we lots of delights going on. It's very exciting. Obviously, we've got our main stage with this amazing lineup that is beyond. We're launching quite a few debut shows on there. We've got Ella Fisher, who is phenomenal at 18 and owning her own salon and running teams at Fashion Week is just mind-blowingly exciting. So Fresher are working with her, and with HairCon, the great thing is we're working with amazing people. HairCon powered by Fresher. It's got, honestly, it's like this electric current is like pumping through our plans going forward, and they are bringing some amazing talent. So we've got her on that main stage. We've got Sam Rascal's going to be on the social stage. We've also got I had a great call with Thad and Andrea, the phenomenal. So we got like Canada arriving, and Europe's coming in. So they're going to blast a show with Fresher, and we've and then Josh DeMonica. There's just so many exciting things happening there, and there's just so much new blood and new. So we've got lots of exciting other things. We've got so many people to think of, but we've got Moroccan Oil coming to us. You're going to be doing an Ibiza vibe experience on the main show, so that's going to be really exciting. We've got Schwarzkopf Professional in, so we're going to have Susie McGill doing a show with us for the first time. Nick Irwin, watch this space, very exciting. There's just so much exciting talent. We've got L'Oreal bringing Darren Ambrose and Jackie Ambrose, and so on and so on. There's just so many great new things that we have got drumming that it's exciting. We've got Charlie Lemondou coming in from Paris, with Hair Dreams, who they're activating a really cool bar, which is a bar experiential space. So I just know when you step into there, everyone's going to be blown away. And we've now merged as two warehouses as one.
Wow.
So you guys, you'll find this in that when you actually come around, you're going to have this amazing experience. So the social stage is moving over there because the demands for people to attend it grew where we were before. So we're making an exciting home there. We've got very exciting activations. So we're absolutely over the moon that you're partnering with us, associating with us for the social studio. So what you're talking about there with guys coming up into the industry from your phenomenal influencers and more to actually learn those skills, the algorithm, the lighting, the how you get that content right, the scheduling, the structure of that social media plan of your business is so massive. Brilliant to have that accessible to all visitors coming to HairCon. So tell us a bit more about that. We're very excited about who you're going to bring. Who's coming.
There's loads on the list, and I think that's what's really good about us having the top 100 influencers. You know what I mean? Because we can really tap into those key people. So I would say watch the NHBF website, because we're going to be putting teasers on there, and I'm sure we'll be pleased with you guys on that. But it's about opening it up, you know what I mean, and saying to that, regular salon owner, do you know what I mean? Come and have a look. I think that's what's really good about exhibition shows like HairCon, is that, you can actually look and you can feel and you can touch and you can speak to and you can and I always say to people, it's not about just coming in for the day. It's about, it's a weekend, isn't it?
It is a weekend. Do you know what's really cool and exciting about where you are at HairCon? It's like an old BBC studio. It's so perfect to again come into a hub, a vibe where you can hang out with these greats, these great phenomenal social media guys that all want to share their experience. So how lucky are we?
And ask the questions, and and that's what you get when you're walking around. You know what I mean? You see these people and just go up and ask. That's the thing. If then have the teams there, just go and ask. Everybody's always happy to answer the questions and really engage, because that's what these events are all about.
And no one's in a rush, because they're investing their time in coming to HairCon. The only rush will be if they've got a show or a talk. But that's the beauty of it. You've got these phenomenal people there that are actually just relaxing and lapping up everything around them. So everything is sort of wrapped around each other and absorbing. So it's very easy to access, talent and experts and wonderful advice givers like yourself. We've got a new Ask the Experts arena, so people can sit down and really delve into their VAT and all of the issues, the apprenticeship. We've got content on the social stage where we will have you guys involved in one of the panels there, but that again is just getting all the information. So the social stage will act really in the keys and the sharing for everyone to empower their business, and you've so engaged with that, which is fantastic. So that is next door to your social studio. So it's all very intimate and very sort of workable. But we've got fantastic sessions on there. We've got some for every aspect of diversifying your business, or all the things that you support your guys with. We that's part of something that we so want to support and help and share. So everyone coming there can find out, hopefully, every aspect of their business to strengthen it and make the next step.
Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and sometimes it's just being able to speak to somebody and go, well, actually, this is what support I need for my business, or I'm not quite sure on this area, and just give them a little bit of information, but also point them in the right direction, because sometimes people can go down a bit of a rabbit hole. And it sometimes is, as a business owner, it's a very lonely place, because you're busy running the business, and I've got clients generally yourself as well, and it's just having that time to take that time out. So I think what we haven't mentioned is the dates.
Yeah, very important. So do not book your holiday until you know the date. So it is it's basically the 14th and 15th of June are our dates. And on the Sunday, the 14th of June, and it's in Manchester. It's at the O2 Victoria Warehouse again, and it's open like 10 till 11, maybe 12, but get everyone out of the bars. And then on the Sunday, we are in that Cool Monday, in my vibe, but there's some exciting debut shows happening then as well. And that's 9 till 4. Yeah. So it's that experiential. And we have an opening evening, which, happens on the Saturday night. So very, very exciting. So get those dates inked in the diary.
Absolutely. The dates need to be in there. comfortable shoes, because there's a lot to see. Well, there's the seats anyway, isn't there? You know, I go up on the balcony, so I can see everybody on the little bit there. But yeah, it is such a full day, and it's not just for salon owners. It's for the team. It's for students. It's really across the board. And for me, I would highly recommend anybody from the sector going, because just to pick up on the vibe, you know what I mean? I think that's the big thing.
Well, up on the mezzanine level,
Yeah.
we've got something else that's new this year, which is very exciting. So next to the VIP lounge, and where there is that mezzanine area, you can look down onto the main stage. We're actually launching a new sort of stage, it's got a pop-up vibe. It's cool. It's raw. It's about people getting up close and personal to artists at celebrations. So it'll be more live demonstrations to that. So properly raw, edgy, cool, very approachable. We've got some fantastic things that will be
Oh wow!
oh yeah, I've actually lost count of how many shows there are. I think Michael knows. So I just get on with it. Like, okay, we got about 44 on the main stage. We got, you know, we go and we sort of, you know, it's just this huge amount. I think there's about 90, you know, odd session shows, you know, going on, and everything's happening all over the place. So there's lots to see for someone that's interested in, say, color or you know, styling, or you know, it's like techniques, tools, you know, there's just something for everyone. And barbering, big time, that's become a very big pumping heart of HairCon, so lots of new things to share there as well.
Wow. Yeah, I like the fact that you could go down, you could look at some equipment, put your hands on the equipment, chat to people, then go up to a stage, and you were almost looking at the thing going, right, I want to go and see that, but then I also want to go and see that. And it was like, right, well, if you guys go and see that, then I'll go and do that. But there is so much happening, which is absolutely great. So if somebody's bringing their team along, it's absolutely fantastic, because there's just something for everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it is one of those things, isn't it? You know, you're going to prioritize the things that really tick your box, you know. But there is just so much to support anyone with any interest. Nobody is going to leave HairCon without feeling like they've learned, they've been entertained, they've met people, the connectivity is huge. Their contact book would have massively grown. And also I think it is about having that quality time to explore new things, and you can have a think about it, and you're still there if you want to take any actions on those, you know, on those connects, or of course follow up afterwards. You know, that's the beauty of it. You know, the average time people coming, I think it was like 6 hours plus. I mean, you know, and many for several days. You know, it's like with, you know, when Trevor came to see us, you know, I think he was coming for like one day, one night, you know, he stayed on, you know, it was like he just didn't want to miss it, you know, and we were so thrilled to, you know, when this Trevor Sorby team were on stage, and he just decided last minute, he stepped on the stage. He hadn't actually done hair on stage for 7 years through his illness, and he was like, I'm doing this, and he did. And it was just like
A magical
massive. It was so magical.
Yeah.
And we are really, really, you know, excited, and we are thrilled to be, you know, hosting the legacy of Trevor's life as well at HairCon. So we're going to kick that off on the opening evening with a phenomenal experience show and storytelling, and that will be peppered through through the weekend. Not sure how much I can share just yet, but it will come out. Hopefully, I've said it now, so it's on tape, isn't it? But yeah, so that's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Trevor wanted a celebration.
Proper legacy, isn't
He wanted that, you know, everything you stand for, that upbeat fun, you know, energy to everything that you do, you know, than living in the shadows. You know, it's
just championing. It's really, really positive. What our sector is really, really good at.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we've spoke about, you know, HairCon, and you know, can you give us a bit more nuggets of who's actually going to be there, who people could see?
Oh wow, well, you know, exciting.
Yeah.
There's an amazing activation on the ground floor where Sweet Squared have brought
Wow.
Kevin Murphy and
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell. Relaunch is
Yeah.
huge. So we've got amazing talent coming in through Kevin Murphy that are going to be actioning their craftsmanship in that space as well as on the main stage. So that's really exciting. So we've got the sort of the top 3 global greats coming in that are working so closely with Kevin Murphy brand, and then with Paul Mitchell, Noogie's coming in, Noogie Thai. So that's like, wow.
Yeah.
So Noogie's going to be doing his thing, and it's just wonderful that they've got their own cove on their activation space that you can just get up so close to these, incredible people. We've got brands like Maria Nilla for the first time.
Right.
There's new brands like Small Wonder. There's all sorts of incredible people, getting involved now, and there's so much to explore within that. And I think that the sustainability aspects, we've got so many brands representing that. For everyone really wants to delve deeply into that. The technology, Dyson are bringing Jake Unger for his debut show. There's just so much happening within
Truly
all that.
diverse.
Truly diverse, absolutely. So something for everyone. But yeah, lots of new. There's loads more new, and I can't quite get it all out in time.
Well, thank you for joining me today. I think what we need to do is say that date again.
Absolutely. Diaries to the ready. So it is Sunday, the 14th of June and Monday, the 15th of June at the Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. Don't miss it.
Make sure you've got it in your diaries. Well, thank you very much. It's been really, really enjoyable and finding out more about what's to come. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you.